Good afternoon. Today I'm going to talk about Sufi mindfulness. The screen, the love is everywhere. I did write a poetry yesterday night called Scream. Today I will make a speech in Turkish after that. Before I wanna introduce my new poetry poems in English. So this poetry is way of expressing yourself as kind of symbolism and esoteric knowledge in it. The scream as the law itself, how it has been described and explained in Sufi knowledge, historically in Turkish literature. So this is kind of knowledge we call tasawwuf, oneness being. First of all, for starting poem, my nickname is Druyeti. Just English today. For 10 minutes, then after I've closed down this video and start Turkish again, because there's some many things going on. It's mandatory notes I'm taking. Islam is a religion of love, toleration, sympathy, empathy, charity, and connecting yourself to love, loving things in the universe. İbn Arabi, Hoca Ahmet Yesevi, Feridun Attar, Mevlana Rumi, Yunus Emre, Fuzuli, Baki, and other poem writers in Turkish history, which were based primarily on a divine, mystical, godly love, which is loving relationship. Is a concept, is not ordinary emotional situation, but it was rather a holy means for the process of spiritual evolution towards integration, self-integration with the beloved one, who is the genuine and unique one we call Allah. In order to understand and comment on Islam correctly, its essence and message from its esoteric dimensions can be observed through Islamic-based art and literature, rather than incorrect practice performed by ignorant Muslims. We call yobaz in Turkish. So the other necessary note, as dipnote, in short, Ibn Arabi says, from the point of view, the fact that the world has come out the state of non-existence into the state of existence, the wajib al-wujud, is a grand-scale ontological movement, and this movement has been caused by divine love. In this sense, Arabic doctrines became popular. It is not only in Arabic, Turkish, and Persian areas, also expanded to from China to United States, in Europe. So everywhere, the Arabic conceptions and dimensions, mystical understanding of Islam, worldwide spread. Turkish poems wrote in this concept, and unlimited poetic materials are available, and presenting certain symbols. Vahdeti Vujud and Vahdeti Shuhud, two different terms in Arabic concept. Vahdeti Shuhud is presenting a zahir, izhar, which is visible. Vahdeti Vujud is kind of presenting Wahdaniyat, which is diversity. It is also visible and also invisible, leading to ahad, the head, the ahad. The Turkish poetry, tasawwuf poetries, are constructed on similar discourse by different poets. This metaphorical system occurs systematically and creates mainly by the component of the tasawwuf we call ihsan, the one pillars of the Islam. Iman and Islam is two other pillars, but if you don't have a ihsan, irfan and hikmat, which called tasawwuf, translated to tasawwuf, in Islamic knowledge, one part is missing, is your iman is not completed. Your Islam is not completed. As a Muslim, you are having a missing element, which is a big trauma causing big problem in your life. So that's why the Yunus Emre called kündinde nazariden bir nazarda dünya düzen, kudretinden han döşeyüp ışka bünyat uran menem demiştir. He said that. Translation: I am the one who glanced at the time of being, arranged, rolled at a glance, furnished hostilities by power and formed its space from love. In a Quranic term, the Holy Book of Islam, explaining the creating of universe by Allah in the Surah Al-Yasin, you know that the last two verses of the Quran, in the Yasin, Allah says, whenever He wills a thing, He just commands it be. Kun feyakun, and it is. Surah Al-Yasin is the heart of the Quran, and the ayah, which is starting as a point, ضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم. So the humans always giving examples, who's going to resurrect these bones. So the answer is certain. Quran says, answer the question. أَوْلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّا خَلَقْنَاهُ مِنْ نُطْفَةٍ فَإِذَا هُوَ خَصِيمٌ مُبِينٌ. The human don't look like how they created from the sperm and became an enemy against the gods. And giving an example and asking question. So how are you gonna answer the question? أَوْلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّا خَلَقْنَاهُ مِنْ نُطْفَةٍ فَإِذَا هُوَ خَصِيمٌ مُبِينٌ وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال ما يحيي العظام وهي الرميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وبكل خلق عليم. Who created first and created again? Answer is very simple and correct answer. Everything is created from the zero and nothing by God, and He will create again from the ones as He wishes. So the ayah verses continue. كل يحيي الذي أنشأ أول مرة وكل خلق عليم. أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم. God has a power who can create from the green, from the dead to dead things to alive, and alive things to dead. So God has a power who gives you spring from the dead winter. So Allah shows manifestations in the universe and say وَإِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا أَنْ يَقُولَ لَهُ كُن فَيَكُنْ. Allah says, command, whenever He wills a thing, He just commands it be. Kun feyakun, and it is. فَسُبْحَانَ بِيَدِهِ مَلَكُوتُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَإِلَيْهِ تُرْجَعُونَ. You guys created in the universe from nothing, and you will return to God. So inshallah, turja'un, you will return to God and will be questioning. The reason of creation and reason of the universe, the reason of occurring the universe is your beauty, God's beauty, just like the sun is the inducement in the existing of daytime. One of the Turkish famous poetry writers, Baki, calls Bâis cemalün oldu cihanun zuhurina hurşittur bahane vücudun gündüzün. Everything is clear. God created everything as a beauty, as a result of love. Fuzuli says, ilmi kesbiyle paye-i rıfat arzu muhal imiş, ancak ışk imiş her var alemde. İlim bir kıl ukal imiş ancak. Said that. Positional progress by achieving wisdom, knowledge, is only an impossible desire. So you're looking for knowledge, wisdom. Sometimes you are not successful. Whatever there is in the cosmos has been law, and wisdom is only a rumors, gossip. So wisdom becomes a gossip. Knowledge becomes gossip, rumor. Only reality is aşk. Knowledge, wisdom is going to garbage. Kelam-ı aşk, ey baki, ser ara sırrı vahdettir. Muradı cümlenin birdur, bütün dünyayı söyletsen. Settet. Oh baki, of love is entirely mystery of uniqueness. If you draw all the world out, purpose is one same. How you are loving to God, how you are making connection is entirely your connection, association, the mystery of uniqueness, which is called intuition, becoming and participating mystic, participating as a Sufi. Otherwise, you have feelings, you have thinking, you have sensations, senses, 5 senses, objective one, visible. So if you don't have connection to collective unconscious intuition through intuitions, which are 7 senses, subjectively inside of your soul. So that's why Yunus Emre calls beyond the self you have to access. So Yunus Emre says, vücuda gelmeyince kimse hakkı bilmedi. Bu vücuttan gösterdi dost bize didarını. So nobody knows truth. And they don't want to know hak, truth. When truth became a vücut, vahdedu vücut, bu vücuttan is certain vücut tells us who's the dost, friend. The God manifests and shows his manifestations and wants to come and observe my beauty. God is only known by manifest through manifestation, attributes and names and actions. As a translation, Yunus Emre said, nobody knew God as long as he didn't become apparent. He showed his face, beauty, by the form of creatures. Everything is created by God and with beauty, own beauty. The form of creatures having love and loving relationship. And God shows his beauty face through universe and to be known. Seninle buldu safa Kabe ya Nebiyullah. Senin için itti bu halkı bu yemini muteal. Necati says that. Only through Prophet Muhammad, first intellectual, who created first. لولاك لما خلقت الأفلاك. Qudsi hadith says, God has a name, Muhyemin, Muti'al, Musavvir, Mücemmil, Mufaddil. Those names says that God created forms, every single forms. So the dream interpreters working as under the name of the God name Al-Musawwir, God changing forms based on Al-Musawwir. God has a name Muhyi and Muhyemin and Muti'al. Those names is covering up all the forms and transitions one to another. Prophet Muhammad is the owner and holder of all souls, and as a first intellectual, we call coming from the pen. The pen is created by the Prophet Muhammad's soul, and the fate is written. O Prophet of God, Kabe obtaining pleasures, purity, the supreme garden God made this creating for you. Probably you will say, derdi gama mert olmadur, aşk içri alemden garaz, İnsan-ı kamil gelmedur, Havva-ü Adem'den garaz. So the aim is to stand brave against misery and grief of love in the universe. The existing reason of Adam and Eve is coming of the perfect human being, İnsan-ı kamil. So Ibn Arabi says Ibn Arabi is a different planet out of two other planets. So as a modern Insan Kamil is a kind of the perfect human beings. God reflects all the faces and manifestations through mirror by the Insan Kamil. Insan Kamil is giving examples and loving relationship and connected to universe and through diversity and multiplicity, the love of universe as a punch of to misery and griefs. So as a grief counselor and grief counseling in those miseries, you have to aware of that the Adam and Eve coming from the Prophet Muhammad's perfections of the soul as a first Insan-ı Kamil. So all the followers of the Prophet Muhammad, including Prophetullah Gülen Hoca Efendi, is the İnsan-ı Kamil, is different planet. So aşkın oduna ey gül yanarsa, canı şeyda, her bir avuç külünden bir bülbül ola peyda, demiş Yahya. Yahya meşhur bir famous poetry writer in Ottoman history. If one soul burns by or for the fire of love, a nightingale appears from each handful of his ash. All the ashes, burning fires on your soul, is firing your soul and becoming a love. Is a nightingale as a singer singing a song, which call Bülbül loves the gül. Bülbül is you. Love, Gül, is Prophet Muhammad. So you are coming from your ashes when you burn down the fire of love. The fire in love means loving Prophet Muhammad and loving God. It is connected. So this is a necessary explanation. And then before starting my poetry, Imam Rabbani says shuhud, and he's given an example in Mektubat. I read Mektubat and given his astral voyaging, how he observed God, wahdet shuhud and wahdet wujud. Everything is God. The Ibn Arabi concepts and context, it's pretty similar to Imam Rabbani context. All Sufis are rich and explain different ways, but similarly as giving examples, all the saint and sage, the concept, the sage, as a dervish or traveler or seeker, in Arabic term talib. If you are talib, as a seeker looking for the truth, your status is becoming as a unique, and as a starting point and at the end, you are saying that scream. You are screaming. So my accent is my brand name. Yeah, everyone has unique accent. I have one friend I will show after this video. His name is Fahri. So he finished his PhD in Makil in 9 years. Became one of the leading professor in the UK, England. He has an accent. He rewarded in Canada as a successful PhD student and awarded by the Prime Minister. He has an accent. So always he says that my and starting point his speech, my accent is my brand name. There's no shame for it. Do you understand? Is that answer your questions and your bobbing? This scream, every song, my deeds moves with me, stops with me, dancing senses. My destiny is love, my fate is written. You have read, you have clock in your head, tingling head. You are kind, becoming pain, saying nothing as a first place. Worries always the stone hearts. People are having a stone hearts, accessing. Yes, my children have no accents. They raise up here. Speak like Ambrose. Yes, my English is not as a native speaker, but understandable and pretty logical. And always I am talking and interesting topics. Worry is always the stone hearts. All tortures hurts. Every single hit fires your soul. My master thesis is written by me as a poetry style, and I'm thinking poetry style. Poem is my lifelong experience. Firing your soul, burning heart, melody is lost. Lives matter more than anything. Mind matter could not run from myself. You cannot run from yourself. So you live, reality lives. The heart matters because of that. Forever eternity, dualism is lost. Yes, from resurrecting from the ashes means from the love. So who are being faced torture and alienation, marginalization by the Sufyanism regime, So they went to travel as and burn down on their ashes. This resurrections coming out from those ashes and becoming the representative of love. That's why the heart matter, the woman's, and going to be make kind of change, and as a game changer, you will see forever eternity, forever eternity, fearless soul. Fearless soul lives forever, has none fears. So they are removing their obsessions and their fears and obligations, and kind of they are kick them out, and kind of surgery they are making right now under the oppression, who are being oppressed by the oppressors, getting training. So God uses oppressors to train the lovers who Allah loves them the most, and giving some kind of headache and troubles to teach and train them becoming a lover. And because the lover and the beloved one connections in between, everything is in between. Shadow with me, the soul matter. So shadow always follows you. So you are walking always with your shadow. The soul matter, life and death, not your choice. Dancing wishes, pulsing in hustle. So your pulse, dancing and based on your wishes. But in hustle is circling in your body, small and big one. Heart beating round, always circling. The circles, holy circles in your body, turning around. Blood turns, the moon turns, the sun turns, the universe turns, Mevlana turns, the Mevla offers. Sleepless nights, writing wisdoms, song talks, loving circle, flying wishes, dreaming voice. While desiring, what is your desire? The soul track with 7 senses. Silent hugs. Sufis doing some ıslatu gavurs, I guess. Turkish gavur or non-Turkish gavur. Silent hugs. Screaming voice. Tick-tack, tick-tack. Tickling tune. Silence lit up. Silent screaming. So the silence is a most powerful therapy technique I ever seen. You are witnessing others with silence. Look at my eye 5 minutes, if you can. Nobody can look at my eye more than 5 minutes. I try. Even my wife cannot look at my eyes more than 5 minutes. If you look at my eyes 30 minutes, I can make X-ray of your soul and analyze it. If you look at my eyes silently 60 minutes, I can write your history from past to future. It's we call therapy, counseling. Seriously, yes. I am that serious. So if you are coming to my session and not talking 60 minutes, I can give you everything. If you talk, you are losing. Silent screaming, we call. Turkish Yoda. Like every heart with its desires. If only the lover realizing sound it. The heart desires wishful wills. So your wishful thinking and wills, it is the obvious, so visible, so I can see. So I am taking a lead about your wish and wills. I am acting accordingly. I'm not forcing anything to you. Take it all away. That I am wishful. My desires itself found peace to be. The path of love now it deserves attention. To be the lover and the beloved one, connection between the person, individual, and the gods. No smiles, no joke, but sincere. Not hugs, but touches. Nor any light, none brightness, bringing blue. The blue means and is symbolized as a hope. And you are having a blue in your dreams. It means something. Even joy is lost, not in mid-air. Sucking in vacuum every mood, every feeling, becoming fire, new meanings, little breath that's left over. Silence screams all about deep whistle. From the truth seeker to the beloved one, the game is over. The nature of haq, bottomless pit, what Ibn Arabi says. There is, in the bottom line, haq naturally exists and you can access, and there is no limitation. The law is a step, the absolute step, to absolute one. Where darkness ends, love begins to manifest itself because the form of all beings. Wisdom is only a gossip. Achieving is a vain hope. The only reality is love. The only reality is in the universe, loving relationship, and God created whole universe based on love. The cosmos is loving relationship and network. In creatures created by God and by loving networks and connections in equality and connection and helping each other, you will see there is no competition in the universe. Bediüzzaman Said Nursi says there is equality, musawat. There's helping relationship. All created things, and there is no competition. There is no race competing and killing and fighting each other, but connecting each other. Yes, Elif Lam Mim means God loves Muhammad. Everything in between Elif and Mim. Mim is a Muhammad. Elif is a God. In Lam, in between all universe. The love is everywhere. Who the mirror of love? The universe of God's face, mystery of uniqueness. Between love and oneness being, human as reflection of God, exists in the mirror of universe. Whenever he wills a thing, he just commands it be kun fayakun, and it is going to be happens. All is nothing but Allah, the self-manifestation of the absolute, which is the absolute one, the ultimate truth. Is God self-manifestations. We call in the Mesnevi Nuriye, Said Nursi says, is nazar. Everything are for words. İsmi harfi manası, the nazar and niye. If your intention is bad, you are leading to hell and Satan. If your intention is good, you are leading to heaven. So everything is intention. Most sincerity. the intention is bad, your nazar is bad. Your nazar is bad. So you are seeing and your perception is bad. The perceptiveness is a kind of ayan sabiti I explained before, becoming a thing God created. Binazar to the self-manifestation. If I am writing a poem, it leading to Sunnah, Hadith, verses, and kind of knowledge I am writing about. I'm not writing about kind of illusions and kind of misleading informations, or kind of I'm using a black magic. So the 4 sentences is a kind of nakarat we call in poetry. Burn for the fire of love. Rebirth from own ashes. A nightingale appears singing love songs. I am Indian, yes. Yes, I am Indian. Indigenous person. First Nation. So what we have metis. So we are mixed with somebody. So nobody is indigenous. Nobody is First Nation. Nobody is indigenous population. Yeah, everybody is mixed somebody. If you make a test, the DNA test, we did it through Jeff Bezos' uncle. So we paid for it. We understood our ethnicity, race, and origin. How many percent, which race, ethnicity you are coming from. So those race and ethnicity is the blood. Okay, I am almost closing, but okay, I receive a call from. Yes.
Hey man, how's it going?
Not bad.
How's it going, bro?
I'm talking some topics and issues about loving relationships and poetry. Yes, I am listening to you. Yes, I am listening to you.
Oh, okay. I was just on the topic of race and ethnicity. Like, people just call it whatever they want, but at the end of the day, like, it is what it is, right?
Exactly. There's regardless of race and ethnicity, people are same. So God made everybody is different fathers and from different father and mothers, right? You don't know. You are not selecting your father and mothers. So our race is not important. Our colors, skin colors, or ethnicity is not important. What is important is your relationship with God and your loving relationship with others. Your connections is important. So how much and how closer you are connected to others and helping others, you are becoming one, which is we call in Sufi understanding is a insani kamil, the perfect human beings. There is no difference and between people. Nobody is superior. Nobody is superior than others. Being human
so
is.
You're a Sufi.
Yeah.
You're a Sufi.
Yes, I am Sufi therapist. I am doing a Sufi therapy and counseling in Canada. So I did have a master about Sufi mindfulness in Wilfrid Laurier University. Also PhD.
Oh, okay, that's a sect of Islam, right? Sufism. Sufism.
Not the sector. Sufism is inside of the Islam, which offers kind of wisdom and understanding of we call wisdom knowledge, which is accessing to truth, accessing to your heart, your mind, and soul is connected, which is different religion calls different ways. Your soul is important than your body, because your soul is immortal and eternity, living in eternity and having different subjective senses. You have five objective senses in this in your body, but you are using also subjective senses. Sufis are accessing those 7 plus 1, 8 senses and accessing the truth. And truth is matters, truth is important. And they don't buy a shit. They don't buy, some kind of politics. They are not buying those lies and people betraying each other, people cheating each other, people are stealing from each other, right? And injustice everywhere. The Sufis are only interested in truth and accessing through senses and God manifestations in their soul, which is invisible.
Stuff like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, thanks. Well, I just followed you, man. Peace out. Have a great day, bro.
Thank you. Have a good day. So we have a connection. Still, see this English, native speakers is understand what I am talking about. Hopefully, Turkish people can understand in English. If they don't, I will speak Turkish as well. Have a good day. Thank you. Reasoning, sensations, and connections, always access is important, and the seeker always looking for and seeking a truth during the self journey. My English is better than my Turkish, actually. Otherwise, English is a kind of certain language. Is you are combining your reflections more better way than Turkish. Turkish is more elastic, and if you are using Turkish, people are understanding in different ways and based on their perceptions. So very elastically Turkish people are using. No, you cannot satisfy people who knows only Turkish, because Turkish language is a kind of elastic. Do you understand? Elastic means so language is like a gums. You are stretching and gums, and so people understanding like a pişmaniye. We are beating up the wheat and cracking them and making a dessert, and it doesn't look like the crack anymore, wheat anymore. So pişmaniye, you make pişman, wheat. Cotton candy, exactly. You are making cotton candy, beat them up. So Turkish people only understand beating up. So we will see kötek coming from heaven. We understand that, in a different hard way. But Sufis don't beat up the people and non-violent people. Actually, I was presenting in the other account, Turkish account, and my profile is kind of different than the Sufi talking style. Is of course I have to give some lesson to oppressors. Sufi always symbolize revelations and kind of stand up and talk against the oppressors. Okay, have a good day, and we will start Turkish. United States Senate and international commissions is going to receive a bill tomorrow. Senator Barley is going to introduce their Erdogan is a leader of ISIS, and put some punishment and restriction to Turkey, because Turkey with Erdogan and in Turkish intelligence using ISIS terrorist organizations for their politics. So it is against the United States national security. So it is going to be a permanent document for United States. United States is going to fight against ISIS permanently, and of course the leader of the ISIS, Erdogan, and it is obvious it was coming. So some journalists don't want to see them, but I am a Sufi as well. Türkçe konuş. Yeah, okay. Have a good day. So we are going to talk about more serious issue in Turkish upcoming. Just 15 minutes break. I am taking break.